Hi, so today you're going to be driving from Chattanooga, Tennessee to Macon, Georgia, and you're going to be passing through all kinds of really interesting rocks as you go through this portion of the ancient, amazing Appalachian Mountains. Some of the rocks you're going to see are about 1 billion years old. Georgia is composed of, you've got Piedmont Province, which is the largest area that you'll be going across today. You're going to wind up right at the edge of the coastal plain, which you'll stay in for the rest of your time in Florida. The main provinces that you're going to be driving through today, I think you're going through like 3 or 4 of them. It's pretty interesting. Oh, there's a lot of mountain building events in that area. You can see how the rocks had a rough life. These rocks are very old and they've been worked very hard. So a whole bunch of series of mountain building events. I talked about that a little bit yesterday. There was like a whole bunch of sequences, and in between the mountain building events there was very intense erosion. So you can imagine a mountain range that got built and then it got eroded, and the sediments would be deposited on the flanks of the mountains, usually on the ocean side. It's an active plate margin for a long time, and so all of those sediments that got eroded from the mountain actually get squished back into the continent as the plate margin stays active and things just get accreted onto this continent. So it's this repeated series of mountains that grew up and then they eroded down, and the material that got eroded away got squished back onto the continent, and all those things got metamorphosed and uplifted and exposed, and it was a really amazing journey for a lot of these rocks. You'll see so many metamorphic rocks. You'll have phyllite, gneisses, schists, some igneous rocks like granites, and you'll also see some dikes, which are very straight across. They just cut right across the landscape. They're usually a dark, dense material, and that happened. You'll see a couple of dikes, and those actually formed when the continent rifted apart from the last time it was glommed together, and those are some rifts that occurred. It like cracked the continent apart in places, and magma flowed up into these cracks, and those were the dikes. But that cracked apart as the Atlantic Ocean was opening and forming and spreading. So you'll see a couple of dikes. I think right before you run into Macon, Georgia, you'll see a couple of those. So keep on the lookout for some really straight, long, kind of like resistant black lines that go through the rocks and stuff.